What is going on, guys? Sonic and the Bean Show here. Today we are looking at the brand new Super Mario Bros. Movie Pullback Racers by Jakks Specific. So we are officially caught up now with the Mario movie figures. I know there's still the Mario and Luigi plushies, but in terms of action figures, these are the last bit of figures as of now. And I'm very interested in these because they remind me a lot of the Toy Biz Mario Karts, which are nice, and I did like those a lot, so I'm excited for these as well. So let's start off with their packaging. We're actually going to start off with Mario, so let me just move these to the side right fast. So let's move Peach right there. But here is how it looks so far, and you can see how, we are getting the figures here with their cart. So Mario is of course coming with his standard cart. It does say 5 points of articulation. Well, actually I think okay, so it looks like only Mario, Toad, and Koopa Troopa are getting 5 points, but Peach is actually getting 7. So okay, so 5 points of articulation. We get a picture of Mario right here. Packaging is still going to be the same as the others, where it's going to show like the power-ups behind there, if you can, if you can like see that right there. But then right here it does say Pullback Racer, and we just get like a picture of Mario in his cart right there. And then Mario, the logo, Jakks Specific 3+. And on this side we just got Mario again with the logo, and then we got like, well, I don't know why they put these stickers on here. I mean, I don't know. So I mean, it would be annoying if you wanted to keep this in the package. And then here's like the bottom with some more information. It's like a top view, and then the back really just shows a picture of the figure in the cart. It does show you like the function to pull back for them to take off. And then you got some more information here, and then the other carts in the set. So that was Mario right there. Let's take a look at Peach. So yeah, Peach is getting 7 points of articulation. There is her bike right there, which looks really nice. It is just a pink bike. Got a picture of Peach right there. And then coming to the back side, just get like a close-up of the figure. So that's pretty nice. And I didn't really bother on showing the other sides really, but so that was Peach. Here is Toad, and it looks like Toad is getting sort of like an ATV, I want to say. I think that's what Toad is kind of getting right there. So that is that, and then we got a close-up of Toad in the ATV right there with the other figures. So that's pretty cool. And then the last one we have here is Koopa Troopa, and Koopa Troopa is also getting a bike, but it has like a bonsai bill sort of design to it, which is pretty cool. I like how the Koopa Troopa has like the helmet, and then the elbow pads and the knee pads as well. And then turning it around, we do just get a picture of Koopa Troopa on the bonsai bill bike. So yeah, so that right there was the figures and their packaging right there, guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and crack these out of the packaging and see what these guys are all about. Alright, so here are the figures and their vehicles out of their packaging. Let's actually take a closer look at Mario real quick. So I gotta say, this Mario figure is actually really solid. He actually still has the details and everything as like the 5-inch figure. You can see it all like around the hat. You can see like the wrinkles going on with the hat, along with the Mario symbol right there. Still got like your details with the mustache, the hair texture right there, and then all over the overalls too. They even have it at the bottom of his shoes, which is really good. So Mario is still getting all the details on the 5-inch figure, which is actually pretty nice. I wasn't expecting him to really do that, but it's pretty cool. And you still got like these shiny gold buttons there as well. It's really solid, I gotta say that. But it's pretty much the same. Like the head sculpt is really the same thing, except you're not getting, like those moving eyes really this time. They're just painted on. But I still think the figure actually looks pretty solid. I think they did a really good job with it. And it's funny how like I was just asking for a 2.5-inch Mario movie figure, and I didn't even know these were even in that inch. I don't know why I thought these were the mini world, but I don't know, but I like it so far. For the articulation, the head is really just on a small ball peg, but you can see there is actually some movement around. Mario has a lot of movement with the head, but Peach actually has a lot more movement, which we will get to. But you can see Mario can, you got like some tilts right there, but you can't really look up or down really. This is all you're getting. But of course you can swivel at the head. I don't know if you can. Okay, yeah, you can swivel all the way around. It does want to seem to get stuck at certain parts, but you can get that to happen. You do get a full rotation in the arms, hinge to the shoulder, There is no elbow joints, no swivel with the hands either. But for the hips, Mario can kick forward about here. That's all you're getting. This actually hitting the plastic right here to the torso, and then back about there really. And then there is nothing going on with the feet. I think it's okay. I mean, it is, you know, if you put Mario in a position like this to get into the cart, I think this is exactly what you would really be getting, right? So I think that's actually okay for Mario. Now before we put him into his vehicle, we are actually going to do that last for everyone, but I wanted to just get everyone out the way really fast. Now let's actually do some size comparisons before we move on. So here is Mario with the 5-inch Mario figure, so you guys can see where that scales right there. So there you have that. And then let's actually do one with the, well, the video game Mario, so you can see how that looks right there. These are actually going to be taller than the movie figures. You can see it's like slightly taller, but I think he's a little bit bigger too. But it's not like a huge deal. You know, I think they still look okay. This Mario figure does need an update now. Like, they got to update this Mario figure to have some articulation going on with the legs. Let's actually do another comparison. I actually want to do something really funny right here. Here's Mario with the 2.5-inch movie Sonic figure. And they scale pretty nice actually. Sonic is going to be taller though, but it is cool seeing these two up against each other. So that is really, really cool. Alright, now let's move on to Peach. Now what's cool about Peach is that she's getting like her biker gear this time. So you can see she has on her helmet and then the visor around it. Even though I don't really remember her wearing the visor, but you know, I've only looked at it from the trailers and in the poster, so maybe she did maybe put this on in the movie. But I think it actually looks pretty nice. I think the head sculpt's really good too. You know, the eyes were or the paint with the eyes and the lips is actually okay. You can see the hairs coming, you know, from the helmet. I do like the design on her helmet, and then you even got like some wrinkle details going on with the outfit. You got like her knee pads. Her head is actually sitting higher on the ball peg, so you do get a lot more movement with the head. As you can see, I can do a full rotation there. She can look up about here, which is actually pretty good. And I just knocked over Koopa Troopa. And then you also do have some really good tilts right there. So yeah, the head is actually really, really nice. So for the arms, you do get a full rotation in the arms, but she has these shoulder pads right here, so you're gonna have to like move her arm outwards to do that. And then she does get a hinge to the shoulder. Actually, did I not? I don't remember if I'd said Mario had a hinge to the shoulder. Can't remember if I did that. But they all do have a hinge to the shoulder. But for Peach, I think it's actually, it's pretty good. It goes over horizontal, but it probably could have gone a bit more because of the shoulder pad though, or due to the shoulder pad really. She doesn't have any elbow joints. You can't really swivel the hand, and her hand is in this position because, you know, the motorcycle that she will have to ride. So you have that. Coming down to the hips, she can kick forward about here. I think that's pretty decent, right? Makes sense. She would have to do that to how she's going to be positioned on the motorcycle. She can't really kick back, but she does have single jointed knees right there. Doesn't really look the best. It does look a little weird, but you can also swivel that. And there's nothing going on with the feet, so there's no swivel or anything like that. And that's pretty much that. I mean, if you want to do any splits, probably, I think that's pretty decent. But yeah, that's pretty much the articulation for Peach. So I think it's alright. I mean, you know, it is really just a small figure, but since she's riding the motorcycle, she is going to be a little bit flexible on how you're going to position her on the motorcycle, really. So yeah, that is the Peach figure right there. It is a little difficult trying to get her to stand at certain times, so I'm going to have a difficult time trying to do that. Now let's get into Toad. So what's cool about Toad is that Toad's not going to come with the backpack this time, which makes sense because he is really just in the cart this time. But what I do like is that Toad doesn't really have a hard time standing, which you did see earlier. So Toad is actually okay. But for Toad, honestly, it's not really much of a big difference. He looks exactly how he looks in his 5-inch figure and the mini figure. So there's not really a huge difference. He just doesn't have the backpack on this time. So that's cool if you want to just have a movie Toad figure without that. But articulation is pretty basic. You know, you do get your head swivel, not much. I mean, you do get like your tilts, and well, actually he can look down pretty well. But he does get a full rotation in the arms, hinge to the shoulder, which goes a lot higher this time. And he does have articulation in the legs, which makes sense for him to be positioned in the ATV right there. And he has these holes on his shoes, and I think Peach had, yeah, she did actually. Peach has the same thing. So I'm guessing there's like a peg. Actually, yeah, I can see it. Yeah, Peach has a peg on her bike. So yeah, they are gonna I guess you're gonna have to peg them on there. So that was Toad. And oh, you know what? I didn't even do, I was supposed to do something. So I did want to do some comparisons. So here's Peach with her the video game Peach, 2.5-inch regular Peach figure right here. You want to see how that is. I think they're about, yeah, they look like they're about the same height. I'm trying to have her like positioned to where her heels is. Yeah. So yeah. Alright, so that was Peach right there. And then let me do one for Toad. I almost forgot. So the video game Toad figure. Yeah. I think this one's a little bit shorter. Yeah, I think it is. Or unless maybe the mushroom here is a lot taller. Alright. Now let's get into Koopa Troopa, which I like this design of Koopa Troopa, where Koopa Troopa has like the elbow and knee pads, the helmet, and then the gloves. I think it looks pretty cool. You got the shell. And then for the shoes, okay, so there is no holes at the bottom here, so you're not going to be pegging him to anything for his bike. So that's okay. Now for the articulation, you do get a head swivel right there. To look up, you're getting much about there. Down about there. Got a little bit of tilts right there. Actually, no, that's actually really well. So that's pretty nice right there. Full rotation in the arms. They are bent though, so if you want to do a hinge to the shoulder, it's gonna look a little weird, and they don't really go that high. They only go up about here. And then for the legs, not really gonna get much to kick forward. I think this is very similar. I don't think the 4-inch figure was able to kick forward or back. So you're only getting much about here, but you can do the splits. So yeah, very similar to the 4-inch figure, where their legs is just kind of positioned like that. So yeah, that is Koopa Troopa. Now I don't know where I put my 2.5-inch Koopa or Paratroopa figures. I think I have them like in a bin with a bunch of other figures that I don't feel like going through. So I'm just gonna compare them with like Bowser Jr. so you can see how he scales right there. That's pretty cool. I'm sure he probably scales really well with the movie Bowser figure as well, since it is like his minion. So yeah, pretty cool. I like this Koopa Troopa figure. Alright, now let's actually get into the cards. We're actually going to start off with Mario though. So let's grab Mario's card right here. Alright, so here's a closer look of Mario in his Mario Kart, and it looks pretty good. I think it looks exactly how it looks in the film. They did a really good job here. You know, you can see like the engine, the gas tank, you know, the wheels. I think all of their wheels are, yeah, I believe all their wheels is like just rubber, but everything else is really just hard plastic. And I actually do want to do a comparison. Of course I gotta do this comparison, but here it is with the Toy Biz Mario. Of course it is smaller, but it is really cool seeing these up against each other. So that is really nice. Now I actually did try some other Mario figures to see if they could try to fit onto this cart. Obviously the regular 2.5-inch one isn't going to, because the legs aren't going to bend. So you know, it's gonna look kind of weird. You're only gonna have Mario standing like that. The 4-inch figure, of course, that's not gonna happen. You know, this is probably as much as I can do, and it just looks very silly. And you know, there's no point in me really trying the 5-inch figure. Even the Toy Biz Mario figure can't really seem to be on due to how big the feet is. So yeah, you can't really do much with that. But I mean, if you want to have some fun, you can add Mario. Or I can't believe I just said that. You can have Sonic here. I think I said Mario because I was putting the Toy Biz Mario back in the cart. But yeah, you can have Sonic on here if you want. So let me just get the legs a little position here, and have his arms or his hands kind of positioned. Yeah, there you go. He's not fully sitting on the cart, but if you want to have some fun with that, Sonic can be onto the cart right there. So let me just take him out, and let's put Mario back in. Get his hands position to the steering wheel. But yeah, I think this looks really nice. So let's actually try out the pullback function. So you just kind of pull it back, and then there you go. Seems like it goes a little bit. Oh, there's the ratchet sound right there. So yeah, that is very, very cool. I like this a lot. Now let's try Peach. Now Peach, I will say, well, first of all, I do got to say I do like the bike a lot. You can actually see like her symbol right here. I think the paint job's okay. It does get a little messy between like where the engine is, like around here. But I mean, you know, it's not really that serious of how small it is. But I think overall the bike actually looks really, really nice. Now Peach, she's getting like these extra wheels here of her motorcycle, and Koopa Troopa is getting the same thing with right here. So yeah, they're getting extra, and when you pull them back, they actually go faster than the carts because of those extra wheels. So if I like just let go, you can see how fast she's going now. Now what's really weird here is that you can see how it looks a little off with Peach, because it looks like she's not fully sitting down on the seat. And it's because she really can't. You know, if you want her to hold on, you know, if you want her to grip on here, she's not going to be able to sit down. I have her legs on the pegs right here. Let me actually, you can see the peg right there on the bike and on the other side. And even if I don't want to do that, she's not going to be able to sit here. And she's not going to be able to, you know, hold on to the handle if you want her to actually just sit on the seat of the bike. So you are going to have her be positioned like this, but she's not really going to be fully seated on the seat right here. So yeah, that's a bummer right there. But I mean, I guess it's not that bad really. I mean, I don't think there was much else they could have done really. Maybe make the bike smaller, you know, but yeah, she's not going to be fully seated right here. But for Toad, Toad's actually okay. There are like these pegs here that you have to put for Toad's feet, which were a little difficult at first, but I seem to got it in pretty well. And like I mentioned, you can, let me actually move his hands a little bit. Well, I'll just move the whole figure. But you can actually turn the steering wheel. See how I can actually turn that. So that's really, really cool. And then there are these pegs right here for Toad's feet, and you just kind of, it's a little difficult, but I seem to got it by just kind of throwing Toad in there. If I can, wait, his legs aren't even bent right there. Let me, all right, there you go. Yeah, something like that you got to do. But yeah, that's Toad. You can have him like kind of pose if you want. Maybe have him wave or something like that, right? And then, you know, the ATV actually looks pretty nice. You know, the wheels. Here's the back of the car. I think it actually looks pretty solid. Got like that Toad symbol. Now for Koopa Troopa, I really like the bonsai bill design on the bike right here. It's really, really cool. Now, I don't really know how to get Koopa Troopa positioned here, because there is like a hole. Let me actually move Koopa out the way, but there is a hole right there, which I'm guessing it's for the shell and the tail, but he doesn't really sit there well. And if I move him back, his hands will slip off of the handles right here. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I do like how I can have Koopa Troopa do like a trick if I want to have him up and then maybe spin the bike while he does that. Something like that. If he goes up a ramp. So that's pretty cool. But I really like the design of the bonsai bill. I think it looks pretty cool. You got like the teeth and the eyes right here, which the eyes are actually sculpted. They're not really painted on. Now I actually almost forgot, but let me actually test out Toad. Get him in position right here for the pullback. So let me just, there you go. You can see he is a little bit slower, but for Koopa Troopa is actually a lot faster. I made him drive the wrong way. Anyways guys, that is going to wrap up this review of the Super Mario Brothers movie Pullback Racers. I definitely did enjoy myself here. I like these toys a lot. I think they're actually pretty cool, and I think they're pretty cool to add to your 2.5-inch Mario figure collection. But thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments down below, and I will definitely catch you guys in the next video. Take care, my friends.